Alright guys, we are coming back here. Finally, we made it work. There were some tech issues there via Skype, but we're back nonetheless. It's going to be a pretty quick interview. We're going to have to scoot through it, unfortunately, because we got Star Ladder coming up here in just about 10 minutes, but we do have Fogged on the line. Buddy, how you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling alright. Didn't really sleep the best last night, to be honest, but I mean, it's okay.
All right.
Stop complaining.
I couldn't sleep very well. I don't know. I was lying down. It wasn't really working.
Yeah, can empathize a little bit. So, all right. I guess first and foremost, what have you been up to? Team EG, how are things going? What do you guys have been doing as of late following MLG Columbus?
Well, not really a whole lot. We were in a pretty, shitty state of mind, I guess you could say. We were pretty. I mean, we kind of weren't really expecting to do that much better. I mean, we hadn't really gotten a chance to practice or anything for MLG, but then I guess we expect to do a little bit better. Not having losing every single game the second day was pretty rough, but afterwards we talked a bunch of it over when we got back to our house, and we just we recognized what the problem was. We knew what it was even originally, but we just need someone to step up and take the leadership, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to be able to have that working finally.
Mm-hmm. So who is going to play that kind of leader role? Is it true? I guess we could start sort of from the ground up. Is communication sort of the basis of most of the issues the team are having, or is having?
I mean, at first we thought it was just communication. Like people needed to talk more, but it actually turned out that it's not just communication. We need useful communication. Everyone needs to communicate properly instead of just useless banter filling our chat, instead of having an actual game plan and everything set forward, and knowing everybody knowing what their role is and knowing exactly what they're supposed to do for the game, etc. So
yeah, I've noticed you guys have been semi-dormant since MLG Columbus. The only thing in DAT/Dota is you guys have played in the Natalic number 4, one of the Natalic qualifiers. How did that treat you?
That one was pretty bad, actually, because we switched. That was actually after we switched and we were doing our captaining and everything. Even just before the early game, everything is going perfect. I don't know what the scores. Even before, our scores were it's 11-3, and we're doing really well. And then, laning phase ends, mid game hits, and we just lose the game straight up off principle.
Ouch.
So, yeah, it's just either people missing. It's always something that ends up happening, people missing spells, people getting picked off, and it's just. I'm pretty sure if once people I don't know, I think this month of December is really gonna help, because everybody's gonna relax, do all that, get back in the groove of things, and hopefully it'll help us get in sync, because it's definitely it's not just important about the individual skill. It's very important to have everybody synced up and.
Right, definitely. Now, I can certainly empathize with that. I think having a solid roster and the communication is a big factor, having that kind of team cohesion. You can take the best players in the world and put them as a 5-man team. That doesn't mean that they're going to be able to beat the best team in the world. Some people are asking, do you guys have any kind of tentative plans for roster changes? Probably not looking to announce that here, even if you were, but is this your roster? I mean, are you guys going to hold steady and keep everyone together and push through these dark times?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, everybody on the team is extremely beyond dedicated, actually, and just willing to do anything, literally, to improve and to be the best. So, awesome. I don't really see that happening, but I mean, who knows what can happen? Maybe if we lose a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that could definitely be a big hit. So.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest parts, just keeping a roster together long enough to start building that kind of team momentum. But how go the DDoS troubles? I saw in the interview in MLG Columbus you did with What Is Hip that some of the issues have been resolved. Are you guys still having problems with your connection getting constantly attacked?
No, actually, we got back and not a single attack has happened since. But I mean,
awesome.
Yeah, it's a good thing for the DDoS, but we did get switched to I'm pretty sure we got switched to a worse internet line or something. Oh. Because we get there's an hour throughout the day now where we can't do anything. The internet just goes to crap. But yeah, I mean, it's better than us getting DDoSed for 8 hours though or something.
Yeah, well, for sure. Still, that's
Still
not a perfect situation though. That definitely sucks a little bit. So talk to us a little bit about the Raid Call EMS1. Did you get a chance to watch any of it over the weekend?
Honestly, not really.
Fair enough.
I've kind of been a bit busy. You know, I haven't been home in like about almost more than 2 months. So my girlfriend came by. She got me a new projector and everything. So I've just been actually sitting on my couch just watching movies a lot. But
Awesome.
I
Awesome.
did end up putting on the finals. I put on Fnatic versus VG up on my. Actually, I put it on my big screen, so on my
Okay.
projector. So that was pretty fun. But
Yeah, that's cool. I
yeah,
was curious to get your thoughts about the little bit of drama that arose from the Alliance versus Vici matchup in the semifinals, where Vici not wearing headphones, even though Alliance agreed to it, and of course Vici did win the series. Do you have any thoughts about just that whole thing in general? The admins allowing Vici to go headphoneless. I don't know. Just any thoughts as a pro player? How significant the being able to hear Toby in a co-caster is in the background?
that's
That kind of stuff.
yeah. When I was like reading it and hearing all about it, I was like, that's pretty. I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of sad because like I heard that EMS basically had like more problems than every single LAN combined until now, basically. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, it's at that point like you can't just like keep blaming them because it's just you're just digging a bigger hole and it's what the hell is that gonna do? Just blaming the the people who hosted the tournament. But
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's all right. Like they did what they could with what they had at that point. Like
Hmm.
at least they were trying to resolve everything and make sure everything was as best as they could, even after all the mistakes and whatnot. So
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So, all right, give us your thoughts about ranked matchmaking. Of course, that was one of the big announcements. I know there are a lot of Dota fans out there that were really pumped up to see their ranked matchmaking finally becoming a reality. Do you think
great.
it's a necessary next step? Do you think it's just something silly that some people want and it's not going to be that big of a deal? Do you think it's going to increase the toxicity amongst the community? What are your thoughts on that whole thing?
I think it's gonna be actually a very good thing because you're gonna see these people, that are known as quote unquote tryhards in pubs, like
Hmm.
AUI, Eternal Envy. Everyone knows who they are. Everyone knows who these tryhards are. But yeah, no, you're gonna see these people like people playing with all these other tryhards, and it's gonna, it's definitely gonna, make other people really want to learn and understand why they do certain things. And I don't know, I think I don't know, it's definitely gonna improve some people
Hmm.
because people are also, they're just gonna try harder. They're gonna want to be the best, of
Right.
course. And
Yeah.
lately, Dota's, and I'm pretty sure like a lot of teams are having like still having problems with this patch. Like Alliance is doing pretty poorly still, I'd say.
Hmm.
I mean, obviously not as badly as we've been doing, but
Ouch. Poor Admiral
yeah,
Bulldog. I see him in
yeah.
chat. No one can contain the Bulldog.
No one can contain the bulldog.
I had someone on Reddit ask me, when are we going to see Fogged mid-Invoker? Is that ever
Oh
going to
man,
happen again?
I don't know, man.
No.
It's been ages, dude.
Been ages. All right, all right.
I miss that. I miss that hero though. I really do.
Okay.
Darn, maybe we'll see some support invoker.
All right, that could be interesting. And I did actually have sort of a list of heroes here that I just wanted to get your thoughts on, and in the sake of time, we can cruise through it sort of semi-quickly.
Shoot.
Dazzle and Ancient Apparition, two supports that you've played at least a couple games here and there since 6.79. I'm a big Dazzle fanboy. Most importantly, is he good, bad? Is he viable in this patch? And I guess same with AA. What are your thoughts about those two supports?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they are. I mean, I don't know how AA is good, but like he's a lane dominator as well. But he starts really falling off. Like if you miss that ultimate, you're pretty useless. But I mean, they have their strength and their weaknesses. I think that almost any of the heroes currently in the pool are viable. Because just Dota has been so I guess you could say strange.
Yeah.
Like you can really get away with some greedy stuff and some ungreedy stuff.
Yeah.
I think Dazzle's pretty damn strong, especially with this whole bristleback craze.
Yeah.
Dazzle bristleback, oh man,
It's dirty. I like
really
it.
is.
I'm a
Minus-
big Dazzle fan. I think Dazzle is one of the most consistently underrated heroes. I still contend that Shallow Grave is one of the best spells in the game, and it blows my
it
mind
is.
that less people utilize it because
And they also like
it can change fights.
they just gave this hero humongous buffs, and people still aren't picking it. Like they buffed the ultimate, they buffed the poison, they buffed the heal.
Yeah.
They literally buffed everything, and I don't know. I'm actually surprised that we haven't been seeing it more because he's a very very strong, definitely a very strong hero, definitely viable.
Yeah. All right.
I would say Dazzle more so than AA. So
Okay, good. I'm glad we're in agreement on that front. And I know pre 6.79, one of your signature heroes was Jakiro. He's really fallen off. I can't even remember the last time I saw a game when Jakiro picked up. Is he still viable, or what happened to the whole Jakiro craze?
I actually that is I still think that hero is absolutely ridiculous. But I mean,
on paper he seems okay. Was he beat upside the head with the Nerf stick in 6.79? I can't recall specifically, but I don't remember.
no, he actually got the he got a buff. He got the liquid fire cast. You can cast it whenever you choose now.
Oh, okay. So
and it has like a 600 range cast.
So what happened? Is it just because he's kind of skill shot based, so there are easier supports to use to get sort of the similar effect, or
I think there's just these these powerhouse supports now that everybody's grabbing at. It's like Visage, Veno,
yeah.
Crystal Maiden, yeah, like those three actually basically together. Those three are just absurd. And I mean, obviously, I don't know. I think Visage is completely broken. So
yeah, I agree. I think Visage is insane. I think the biggest thing for Visage, aside from his survivability, aside from his burst damage, aside from having familiars that are basically mobile wards that can pick things off.
Aside from everything.
The familiars persist through death. That's the part. You kill Visage and he still has like his crowd control familiars that can stun and do all this stuff. I think they should not be able to persist through death. I think that is the thing that really like throws him over the top of just like, Jesus, you kill him and he's still on the board. I don't know.
It's just like, I don't know. I even thought of it when I was like back on Dignitas. We didn't actually, no, we picked a good amount of Visage. I wasn't the big Visage player. I was way too sexy. So, but like I don't know. I would pick me like Rubik, right? And the other team would get like a Visage, and I'd be like, as a Rubik, what the hell do I do versus a Visage?
How do I stop this bird?
The guy just walks up to me and literally kills me.
Yeah.
I can't do anything. It's like, oh nice, I stole Grave Chill. Useful.
Yeah.
Useful. Just soul assumptions me and chases me down, man.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's just like that hero can actually end up becoming a carry too. It's just a bit absurd. Like you get a medallion, you get your eggs up, you're a carry.
Oh,
you just get your levels, and you're gonna kill a lifestealer alone.
Oh yeah, they're dirty. That's Visage is really one of those picks that you can never go wrong with a Visage pick as long as you have somebody that can micro. That is the one key facet. He does have a high skill cap because you have a lot of units to control.
He definitely does, yeah, and you have to be careful on when to land your birds and whatnot.
I think that balances him out in most situations. But when you're up at that upper echelon of the top 5 teams in the world kind of a thing, he's just unbelievable.
Yeah, especially with like these burst heavies. So
he
just gets a million soul assumption charges. So
yeah. So one of the last heroes I wanted to ask you about, Crystal Maiden. She really became a breakout hero following 6.79, and that was already sort of starting to happen before the patch actually hit. Thoughts about her? She's in your history your most commonly played hero by far. What is it about Crystal Maiden that makes her sort of almost on point with the Visage and the Veno picks?
Well, the hero is dual lanes and everything. It got a lot more popular, so Crystal Maiden was one of the best dual laners always. Obviously, he has two nukes. Hero with 2 nukes, 2 disables, and then on top of that, an aura that helps your entire team.
Mm-hmm.
And not even just all that, on top of everything there, you can resort to the jungle if you need to. You can move very easily, even if your hero is kind of slow. You can just easily gank for lanes and stuff. So it's just, Crystal Maiden, I think, is just a very well-rounded hero. You can really do a lot of it. The only thing Crystal Maiden really lacks is, into the late game.
Yeah.
But then, even if you land a pretty decent ultimate and whatnot, and you end up getting decently farmed, which everyone's going Midas. So,
now you just pick yourself up a Midas, and at that 35-minute mark, you've got a BKB, Blink, Force Staff, everything else under the sun that you could ever desire. So
pop out a Book 3 and a Lincolns, put your Lincolns on your teammate. Now you're even more useful. Now you actually transition into the late game.
Yeah.
Just give the blue ball to somebody.
Yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous for sure. So, Fogged, my friend, I'm sorry we're going to have to cut this interview a little bit short, but I have to cast Star Ladder in less than 10 minutes here, so I'm already pushing it to the limit.
I think that's on me, so...
a little bit, but still, I'll apologize for it. My schedule's tight these days. Any shout-outs, anything you want to go for, the floor is yours. Again, thank you for being here. I know it's hard to get up and mess up your gamer schedule, but we do appreciate it nonetheless. Yeah,
this was all my fault, honestly. I had everything. I had all my stuff working last night, and then I guess something got dislodged. I don't know, but just shout out to all my sponsors. Monster, Kingston, Razor, Astro, XMG, Sam, and BenQ.
Yeah, I got your Twitter up here. Make sure you guys follow them at Fogged Dota on Twitter, and those sponsors over there on the side page. So that actually does wrap up our episode today, guys. That was episode 19 of the Dota Radio Morning Show. We will be back Wednesday at the regular time, right around 9:50 or so. We start a few minutes before 10 so that we can get out of here in time for Star Ladder. But alas, that does complete today's episode. Again, thank you for joining us. Make sure you do check us out on the web. DotaRadio.com/morning show is our portal, and that's where you'll find everything you need to know about the morning show and where all the other episodes will be archived. Until Wednesday, though, guys, take care of yourselves.
Thank you so much for having me. Sorry about the complications.
No problem, man.
Disband!
Disband.